With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready? Check mash, check mash. Ready, ready?
First carry here for Ken Walker. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the game. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Ready? 19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Ready? Viking, ready?
Back to throw here. And it is caught. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. The Seahawks in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming off their very first loss in the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Cowboy 80. Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the one he was after there. And that'll make it 3rd down. But you look at this defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem? When they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
You had a man open, but missed him, and it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Cards will take over, first and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a first and 10 at their own 27. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They finally caught up to him there at the end of the play, but great inside handoff, and what a powerful run.
The first few yards seemed relatively easy. Then it got tougher, right? And that's where he showed that he was not going to go down easily. He was not going to be denied.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They have things going their way.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Ready.
They're going to look to throw. He finds Smith and Jigma. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ready. Here we go. Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. There'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
2nd and 17 at the 26-yard line.
Ready. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
They'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Across midfield. And he'll take this down the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 34. That's how you run the screen right there. The defenders get out of place, and then there's a lot of room to maneuver for your running back.
That's because all the defenders, or I should say the bulk of the defenders, were chasing the quarterback. Great disguise, great fake, got the screen out there, turned into a large gain.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. A run on first down to Shipley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd and 9 now. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Royal. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
9-yard line.
Hey, check that street. Cougar 19. Ready.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was the thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Let's go now. Panther 60.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Let's go.
Now back to throw. That one caught by Rice. So the completion good for just 3. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down straight ahead. They'll look to throw here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side, as we just saw.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in, Touchdown, Seattle. Will Shipley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
That's the score. Seahawks 7, Cardinals nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll start on the ground with Benson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware. That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Murray going to throw. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
2nd and 10. Now Murray. Now he'll tuck this and run. That is Marvin Harrison Jr. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. A gain there of 30 big ones. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Down inside the 10. And the Cardinals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Under pressure, they got him again. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Two straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal. Play action. Now it's Murray. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They were so close, that close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Harrison Vivas on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Get it. Cowboy 80.
Looking to throw. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second and a couple.
Check, hurt. Ready. Fix the Eagles. Gotta be lying.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out right to Smith-Njigba. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
6.
Here's a quick throw right side. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Elijah Arroyo with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, Cardinals 3. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Murray now to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Murray. He's going to let it go again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Very limited time left to get in the field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it off on one throw right there.
A final shot before half from Murray. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Sure.
Here's Murray. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey.
Murray now. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Murray. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
A gain of
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now Murray off play action. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
That's taken in by Arroyo. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Get it.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. As his guys were able to push that lead out a bit further.
Now that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench, because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Zone read. Here's Benson.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This will be taken at the 10. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Alert!
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Ready?
And Walker once more.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
105 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From the 25, here's 2nd and a yard. But now an audible here into something else.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
Fights off the defender. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Ready? Liking 18.
A quick throw caught by Rice.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Rashee Rice
from 13 yards out.
And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
It's the score, Seahawks 28, Cardinals 3. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
They're on the 35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Cardinals, first down. A gain of 14. And the Cardinals, first down.
Buzz.
Back to throw now on first down. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 41. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Straight ahead, Steele. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. Going for it. Here's Benson. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Let's go now.
Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
46-yard line.
Ready? Street. Bronco East.
Straight ahead, Shipley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Get up. 70 Timberwolves. Let's go.
Now Shipley again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Let's go. Cowboy.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This is 2nd and 8.
Come on. Second 19. Ready.
On the handoff, it's Shipley.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready,
Back to throw here. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you didn't mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. 75 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Here's a 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They run over center with Benson.
And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Lions.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Chloe, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't want to
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
And they will take a knee here.
Ready. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last point of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.